Hey guys, TwoFace here, and welcome back to the Community Showcase, the show where we take popular map makers from the game Zapekist and ask them to show us their favorite tracks that they've made. On today's episode, we have Codewalt. Now, Codewalt has been making maps for quite some time. In fact, I would say that arguably Codewalt helped provide a lot of backbone for growing the game's early community. Honestly, it's pretty hard to get into a lobby without seeing a Codewalt level, and I think that's a good testament to how good of a builder he is. So, without further ado, here he is. Hey Codewalt, how you doing today, dude?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Just, you know, chilling, kicking it, taking it easy, all the things. We're all good here. I feel like I've been doing pretty well asking this question first, so I'm just gonna go ahead and ask it first, but a lot of the builders that I've been interviewing have like other games that they've played that have inspired them to do map making, thus desiring map making in Zapekist. Do you have any games that you've played that kind of spurred your map making experience in other games and then you applied them here?
Oh, definitely. Played a lot of City Skylines, Minecraft. What's it called? Satisfactory.
Ooh, I love Satisfactory.
Basically, all building style games. And when I saw some of the YouTubers playing this game, you know, making their own maps, I said, you know, hey, that looks like a lot of fun. I think I could be a good contributor to the community.
That's awesome. And how did you find out about Zapekist?
I was actually watching Con and Cosmo's videos.
That's awesome. Like basically same. Do you have any map makers that you like that have inspired you to build, or anyone you want to give a shout out that you just like in general?
I do. We'll start at the top of my list here. Cornshot, Richie, Tomix Comic, Grail, and Cosmo.
Grail is someone that I'm really excited to ask if he wants to be on here. Though I've tried to get in chat with him a few times, but it has not been super successful too far. So I don't want to like try to pressure anyone that's not like just naturally interested in doing it. But he's a fantastic map maker as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, his maps are a lot of fun and super well decorated.
Was there anything like unique about making this track that made it different from other tracks that you've made in the past or anything like that?
So this actually is the first map that I actually built from the finish to the start line. So I built the whole track in reverse.
Dang. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm having to focus on playing this track so much just to maybe get a finish here right now.
I feel it. This is definitely one of the more challenging maps, and I think that's because I didn't focus on trying to make it from the start to the finish, but more so just build the track and see how it gets played from there.
All right, well, so people in my I've been asking every episode for people to give me suggestions in the comments, and one thing people want to see a lot more of is me flying around and showing off like the scenery and stuff. So I'm just gonna sit here and follow you while I ask you some more things and we hang out some more.
Sounds good.
Do you have any what would you say are like your favorite mods, or like do you have any tips and tricks for people trying to make maps?
So I mean, I do love the blueprints mod. Hopefully that gets patched soon after update 15. But that's about as far as the mods that I use. And the scalable objects or object properties mod.
Right.
But I mostly use the object properties mod for decoration aspects and not so much for the actual track itself.
Right. I mean, it definitely helps with track pieces, like if you want to get like an elongated kind of barrel roll or something like that. It helps
yeah.
out like trying to morph something that didn't do what it does into something that does what you want it to do, basically.
Or especially like going from the like these turns right here where I have 2 pieces wide and you want to do a switchback to another way. There's not an easy way to do that with the pieces that are available. So you scale it up 2 times, and it creates a nice transition from a left-hand turn to a right-hand turn.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many things you can do just with scaling and stuff like that. It's insane.
Yeah.
I was trying to do it backwards just then. I failed.
Definitely just focus on your tracks being flowy. And I mean, unless you're trying to go for like a khaki style or technical style track.
I agree with that for the most part. I was talking to Cornshot about this in the last video, actually, and I was talking to him about like how I build tracks versus like how he builds tracks, and he was saying something along the lines of like he builds tracks in like sections and like segments. So he'll build like all the scene for the segment and like see how it lines up, and then like kind of do it in chunks from there. And I was like, oh, I've always built like so that the track kind of just like pushes you in the correct direction, unless it's like something that's like technical that you have to do. Like obviously if it's something that I want you to put a lot of inputs on and like try to get through, then that's different. But usually I'll just kind of sit here and do it piece by piece and just see which way the track makes me go. And that's just sometimes like the best like flowy track feeling. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's actually very similar to what I did with this track here. I just worked it section by section and then added the scenery in afterwards.
I've always been terrible with scenery. I just copy paste everything. A lot of people are like, oh no, it's cool, it feels surreal. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm just being super lazy, but like, thanks.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
Yeah. Oh, am I gonna make this? Oh, I might. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I made it. Just gotta break for this turn and not forget. Holy cow.
Did you get the skip?
I did. I like landed it perfectly too. I never do that on this map.
Nice.
Let's see what my time is. Come on. I feel like I could do better. I feel like I've done a 112 or a 113 on this before.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Are you a keyboard or controller player when you're racing?
Controller.
I definitely prefer controller. I always tell people though, like, if you're just a keyboard person, like, don't sweat like trying to learn controller or something. Like, there's no like true answer to which one is like better or worse. I would say that the controller has more options, but so many people play this with keyboard and are still good that it's like, whatever, doesn't matter.
I know there's certain maps out there that keyboard has a huge advantage over controller.
I feel that way with both sides, honestly. Some maps cater to one and some maps cater to the other. You've been
on the flip side, both are doable with either.
Right. You were telling me that you've been playing for like quite a while, and I know you've made quite a few tracks. How many tracks do you think you've made in total?
Somewhere close to 250. However, I've only uploaded right around 150 maps or so.
Yeah, when I go through my list of your tracks, I think there's like 23 pages or so.
Yeah, something close to that.
Do you upload individual levels as well as like level packs? Is that why I have so many pages? Okay. I've been trying to like figure out how to best go about that, because I know a lot of map makers just have like one like folder upload that they just always update, and that's kind of how they upload in general. But like, I haven't really stopped and figured it out yet.
I was trying to maintain one folder, and then it just stopped letting me add tracks to that folder for some reason.
Weird.
Yeah, I think I had too many on there.
You have too many maps? Never. Since when? I think you probably have the record for like most maps in this game. I don't know. I can't really think of anyone who would even come close.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like I was saying earlier to you, like early on in this game's life, like there were lobbies that you could get into that were just like nothing but Codewalt maps, like for a good amount of time. Like I would say like maybe like just before Billy started really pushing his tracks. It was just like Codewalt maps everywhere, and you really helped like shape like a lot of the early community in this game.
Yeah, it's really good to hear that. You know, I spend most of my time just in the map builder, so not really in the lobby, so I didn't get to really see what everyone was playing.
Yeah, it was only like a few other like map makers that were like super popular back in the day. There really weren't. There wasn't anyone that really had like a name for them at that point yet.
Right.
Are there any tracks that you had any like issues with that were like just really hard for you to release, and then after you released it, it was like fine, or like do you basically just like sit here and make sure that they're perfect? Or I don't know, like one I could think of is like Bridge War, how there's like a huge cut on it or something like that. Do you have like a track that's like a trouble track for you that you have to just seemingly keep going back and fixing or anything like that? Or do you even worry about that kind of stuff?
That bridge track was definitely one of the worst examples. I have a few others that I actually didn't go back and fix that I really wish that I went back and fixed them, because like there was just a cut that just destroyed the entire course.
I feel like there's like one, like you did that Z series of tracks. I feel like there's one Z series track that like you just turn off a spiral in the beginning and you just hope to hit the finish line at the end, and that's like basically all it's been reduced to in lobbies these days.
Oh, that was in the 5-minute comp tracks. That's the red one.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's interesting because
like,
it's still super popular for just being like one big cut. Like I see it in lobbies all the time.
Like 18-second track at that point.
Right. Well, people usually end up like playing it for like 4 or 5 minutes and then skipping it, because doing that like, you know, one little 3-second trick at the beginning over and over is like, it's fun to try to see if you can get it, but like after a while you're like, okay, I'm just tired of resetting now.
Right.
There was another track by someone who was a builder back in the day. I actually played it in my video that I did with Sandals, the 1v1 we did. And it was called Carnival Scam. And I think the entire track is like...
I saw that one.
Yeah, like max 25 seconds at most. So we'd always like turn down the lobby time for that one as well. But I remember playing that track a lot back in the day.
The entire idea of those 5-minute comp tracks was just for these like short, like 30-45 second tracks, so that we could get like 5 runs in a 5-minute time period.
Oh, I see. That makes sense, actually. I like that a lot. Now you're saying this is your newest track, right?
This is one of my newest, yeah. It's definitely. Oh, good.
You were saying that you were messing around with like a lot of new land shapes and stuff like that. Do you have, like, what examples do you have of like just like the like quarter pipe pieces, or like?
So I don't know if you noticed, but after the second checkpoint, you'll see the how the land pieces actually follow right where I'm at here.
Yeah.
How they follow this angle instead of being just blocky.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
It actually took that took like 30 minutes to figure out that. They're not perfect, but
no,
it creates a new dynamic for the landscape.
Right, like trying to get the land around the track to like conform to the track, basically.
Right.
I keep wanting to go up on the road up here and take the road down, but it's definitely the slower route.
Oh yeah. I thought about doing that too. Just pop down here, but they wouldn't hit any of the checkpoints.
Right. Well, it's like that that final little wall ride curve. I did a run earlier where I came down off the wall ride onto the road instead of onto the like swoop piece track down there.
Right. Now, did that end up being faster, or?
It didn't. It was slow. I actually got a very similar time, not gonna lie, because you come off of the wall a little less jolty. But
right.
I don't know. It probably could be like pretty close. I'd be willing to bet though that it's just how smooth you can get that landing at the bottom of that wall ride. Dang, you're kicking my butt right now, dude.
Never underestimate a builder.
Right? We learned that the hard way with Mackie. Mackie kept being like, I'm just a builder, I'm just a builder. And then here we are. They're like one of the best racers in the game. Just a builder Mackie.
Right. His full speed map, the Sakura Garden.
Ooh, yeah.
That map was amazing.
Mackie makes a lot of good tracks. I plan on having him on here soon. I've already like made plans with him and stuff. I'm just trying really hard not to like pressure anyone or like, I don't know, make them feel like they have to. I want everyone to like want to do it, you know, so it's like trying to give everyone the space they need or whatever in order to like make up their minds and do what they want to do. Oh, am I gonna get you here? Oh, just barely. Whew. You want to run? No, you're back at the beginning. Dang.
I was on a run too.
Dang, GG, dude. Well, thanks
I was like -0.2.
Thanks for joining me and racing with me, dude.
Not a problem at all.
Had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Anyways, that's all I've got for you today, guys. As usual, if you guys have any questions you want me to ask the map makers that I didn't ask, or if you have suggestions for new map makers to have on the show, go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. Now, I would like to give a shout out to Codewalt himself and say that he does actually have his own YouTube channel, to which I will also link down in the description. So please, please, please go and check him out. He says he's going to have some more Zapekist building style videos, and I know that there's a lack in the content in that area right now. So if you guys want to go throw him some support, that would be great. Thanks, and have a good one.